Now I am ready with the meditation techniques for the whole batch. The work is done. It's a huge job. Let us enter into the introduction. I'll answer all your questions, yesterday night's questions, and then enter into the next step. Since the eye is not necessary for the functioning of the body, then who is responsible for karmas? Who is actually facing the karmas? Neither anybody is responsible for karmas, nor anybody is facing the karmas. See, if you think you are responsible for karmas, you will face karmas. See what I am saying? In the ordinary existence, as you are now, you will connect thoughts and create your I, which has no base, the illusory I. That illusory I will continue to suffer the karmas. The very base I am shifting. What you think as I, see, what you think as I only carries all conditionings. Only that carries that you belong to this country, you belong to this race, you belong to this nation, you belong to this, you belong to that. What beauty is? Hinduism is the only religion. I tell you one thing. Hinduism is the only religion that says go beyond religion. That is the greatness. This is the only group, and this is the only master. The Hindu masters, rishis, are the only courageous guys who boldly say, go beyond. We are here to liberate you. We are here to liberate you. This duplicate I, the false I, only that creates karma and that continues to suffer. Here, the very false I doesn't exist. So don't bother about who is responsible for karma and who is actually facing karma. One more thing. When I said that you are unconnected thing, with this truth, solve all your problems. Whatever problems you have, solve everything. And whatever you can't solve, put it as question and give me. I will help you to solve it. Actually, this one understanding will completely liberate you. By now, you would have become, you should be enlightened. I think most of you are looking like enlightened. Don't think that there will be something different. You are nothing. Don't think that suddenly you will have to answer something. No. And you will live just like this only. Live a liberated life. You will not be bothered about anything else. You will just flow. Nothing will touch you. Beautiful things will happen. And you will live just a pure, beautiful life. And you will live an ecstatic life. That's all. By now you should be in that ecstasy. If you are not, then what stops you? Where you are stopped? Where you are caught? Where it is blocking? Right and give me. Put your questions. I will now answer. I will put one more atom bomb, nuclear bomb. As Anand Maheshwara says, I am nuclear bomb because I am new and clear. Who is actually facing the karmas? There is nobody who is facing the karmas. Don't bother about all these theories. That's why. See, that's beautiful Upanishad. They say, till you see the Guru only, you should believe all the Puranas, Shastras, Dharmas. The moment you see the Guru, dump everything. Drop everything. See, why this Purana, Dharma, Shastras, all this karma and everything, no? To inspire you to go to the living master. It's like there are 12 boats outside. Dhyana Pidam. What are those boats? To come inside and to see me. The moment you see me, you should forget about all those things. Now you should start talking about what you need? Instead of that, no, Swamiji, that board I saw, you are without hair. That board I saw, you are looking very young. What is this? How is this? Now you are looking grown hair. And in that one board, the sticker was not clear, Swamiji. It was coming out. If you talk all those things, you will be wasting your time. Then what will happen actually? Oh, then I'll tell you about that. Alright, go, next. Then who is the loser? You. All those things are like signboards to go to the lead master. The moment you see the lead master, drop all the nonsense. Drop all the shastras. Drop all your things. Just go with this one understanding. Simply, you are in me. Can I wear the saffron turban that you gave to me at the Lord NSP in Rashi? You can wear, why not? Saffron turban, have a saffron cloth also, I have no problem. It's not copyrighted by me. And you are completely free to wear any cloth and not to wear also saffron. If you want to wear turban, wear turban. If you want to wear saffron cloth, wear saffron cloth. If you don't want to wear, I have no problem. It's others' problem. It is others' problem. I have no problem. So if others have no problem, it is up to you. I have no problem. There is nothing to say to anyone that is not past connected thoughts or future connected thoughts. Could we just go into the silent retreat? Do not go into the silent retreat. Then you will again be sitting there and you will be thinking what to do after leaving the retreat. After going away from the retreat, what to do you will be thinking. If it happens now, just be able like this. That's all. See, if now if you feel like I have nothing to say to anybody, I have nothing to tell, I am feeling silent, be silent, that's all. Immediately don't plan, let me go to the silent retreat and again you are connecting. Don't do that. If you are feeling silent, just be silent. Could you just go into the silent retreat? Just be silent. That is what is the retreat. Would not that be supportive of our quest for enlightenment? Nonsense. Who has you to quest for enlightenment? Don't seek. You are having it. Again you are giving a quest. Again you are postponing it. This moment you are already, there is nothing to eat. There is no need to seek anything. Just have it. And all you need is only one thing. When you understand that God, completely connected thoughts, there is nothing. I am already unconnected. By my very nature I am unconnected. That's why every moment I am renouncing. See, you are having unrelated thoughts only in the mind. Constantly you are having unrelated thoughts only. Means what? By your very nature you are unconnected. By your very nature you are renouncing. By your very nature you are unattached. That is why you are having constantly unconnected thoughts. At one moment you may have a serious thought. Without this I cannot be alive. I cannot survive. I will die. But after 10 minutes you will not even remember that. You will be thinking of something else and eating jalebi. Means what? By your very nature you are renouncing. By your very nature nothing can bind you. By your very nature you drop things. By your very nature you are unattached. So just understand that over. The moment you understand, if you have a cool effect, that beautiful breeze in you, you have got it over. Nothing else is necessary. Oh God. True. Constantly, whatever I try, I am not able to attach myself with anything. Try your best to attach yourself to Anandagata. There is another person on Anandagata. From Grace Street to Advaita Anandagata. You say Anandagata is an illusion. Thanks to you. I experience it every day, many times a day. How can it be an illusion? You say you are an illusion. You are an inseparable part of me. As much as myself. Yourself itself is illusion. What are you talking about myself? Source of thoughts of whatever is the only. You think yourself. Sometimes yourself is taken away by the anger. Sometimes yourself is taken away by lust. Sometimes yourself is just resting. Sometimes yourself is enjoying. Sometimes yourself is in pain. Then how do you say yourself is something solid? At least I am not being part of that self. If you want, let somebody else be part of that self. I am not even part of being that self. So some thoughts or whatever. Each time I experience with Ananda, there is a completely different experience. But each intensely real, not an illusion. Yet whatever you say is true. So if you are now saying that all is an illusion, the only illusion or a different form of truth, it does not matter either way. I am enjoying myself for the first time in many years. Thank you. See, whatever has not this experiencer and the experienced, the person who experiences, the experience and the you see, for example, now if I am seeing, there is a seer. The seer is me. The seeing is this arms of roof. And the seeing is action. Same way the experience. And the experiencer. The happening, experience happening. If these three things are there, be very clear, it is illusion. It's an illusion. When there is all these three disappears, or the difference or the idea that you have in head to see. Whenever some spiritual experience happens, first thing, find out. Are you able to differentiate between the experiencer and experience? If you are able to, be very clear, the illusion, drop. If you are not able to, the very idea of the experiencer and experience doesn't raise in you. Just, it's there. It's there. You are not able to create the word experiencer, then it is an experience. If you are creating the word experiencer, from the past experience you are correcting. Again, a cunning way of clutching the shaft. Maybe golden shaft, but shaft. Including me, everything else, whatever you know as me is illusion. That is why I say, out of that illusion, whether you love me or hate me, I am not ready to trust you. Out of that illusion, if you love me, there are so many letters for all, letters, God. And your eyes are pouring love, pouring compassion. I don't know what is pouring. Nothing is coming. And when you look at me, I just blossom. My whole being is jumping. And it's a nice chance, all these things know that I am going to read personally. So, greatest of love letters. And what's going on, I don't understand. And I will not tell the names. Anyhow, dear Swamiji, as a memory, is memory a help or an impediment? The event, chain connection or distant thing continue. Memory is neither help nor it stops you. See, is this mat help for me to sit here or it stops me to sit here? It's lying there. If I want, I can use it as help and sit here. If I don't want, I can throw that and be here. Memory is just a weapon lying there. If you want, you can take it and connect and see and suffer. If you want, you can drop that and just be relaxed, unconnected and enjoy. Memory is no way touching me. While I was doing the exercise today, seeing outside without the personality, my whole body was shaking, trembling a few times. Can you please tell me what was happening? Why are you connecting again? It was trembling and shaking. Let it tremble. What is that? Don't bother. Let it tremble. Means that really unconnection is happening. See, your body is nothing but what you believe as your mind. You believe your mind is a chain thoughts. When you are disconnecting, your body is trembling. Oh God, what am I? Your whole identity is moving away. That's why you are trembling. Actually, you trembled physically. There are so many fellows who are trembling inside. And it is, let it happen. Because you are unclutching. See, when you hold the clutch and change the gear, when the unclutching happens, there will will be shaking in the chest shaft. That's what is happening now. I will expect to take care that you safely change the gear. My shoulders back are paining very much. I was very much aware of my body muscles and joints. Looks like I was entirely with my body just within my body boundary. Totally, this is the experience. Wanted to share with you. Beautiful man. Beautiful. You are really getting the Ananda Prasada. You are getting the Ananda Prasada. Prasada of Ananda is coming to you. Don't miss it. Catch. Today my meditation was disturbed by some people restlessly moving, talking, coughing by cell phones, ringing. Immediately a voice from inside myself was saying that I am wrong. One, that my meditation is not steady enough. Still I am feeling the energy in the room was divided in two parts. First, who asked you to meditate? If you are meditating, then seriously harm something. I ask you to just be. It's not meditation. Don't create the word meditation. If you create the word meditation, then you will get disturbed. Then you will get disturbed. I have been very clear. All my devotees are Bhutaganas. You will not be silent. You will realize that I am just with Bhutaganas. You will not be silent. And I don't want that silence yours. And one more thing, the energy in the room is divided. Energy can never be divided. Be very clear. If you feel energy in the room is divided, there is something in you is divided. So be very clear. Don't meditate. Who asks you to meditate? And see, when you hear the cell phone ring, when you hear somebody shouting, you connect with your earlier disturbances and see, oh, that time like this happened, that's why I was disturbed. Now again it is happening, I will be disturbed. No need to connect. That time you are disturbed means that is different. This time it's totally different incident. There is no need that you should be disturbed again by the cell phone. Outside thing will not disturb you. Only inner idea it will disturb you, will disturb you. Swamiji, can we say human being on the earth or hologram? Why are you saying all this nonsense? Who asked you to say it's all they are holograms? Beloved Master, I took a jump to the unknown space. Finally, where I will reach, I don't know, but the path itself is so ecstatic, so blissful, but it seems I am missing or left out. Feel very fortunate to be born. This time, now every moment is auspicious to me. Oh Master, you are the one and you are the guiding me to become the one like you. Be very clear. You are moving beautifully, but don't catch these words. Don't start talking inside. Oh, Master is so beautiful, he is so auspicious, he is so great. Then again you will bring back your mind. No. Just let that ecstasy happen. See, when the ecstasy happens, this gratitude which you are saying, this will automatically constantly overflow. It's actually a beautiful letter. You say that I took a jump to the unknown space, finally where I reach, I don't know. But the path itself is so ecstatic, so blissful. But it seems I am missing or left out. I feel very fortunate to be born this time. Now every moment is auspicious to me. Oh Master, you are the one and you are the guiding. You are guiding me to become one like you. Be very clear. I am not guiding, I am already guided. Over. Now simply you are one. Just simply be in that space. If you are in that space, that is enough. Gratitude will automatically flow. You will not write letter. You will just write your being. Your whole being will return to me. Your whole being will be given away to me. Nothing like a, what to say, nothing will be held. You will not hold anything back. You will just, your whole being will say you are in gratitude. Somebody asked me, why should we do Guru Puja? That morning they do Guru Puja. The morning all of you do Guru Puja. Attended? Somebody asked me, why should we do Guru Puja? I said, don't know. Who asked you to do? When the gratitude overflows, it is just an ecstasy. You don't even know what, you don't even ask, why should I do? Do you ask, why should I brush my teeth? Do you ask, why should I take bath? Just like that, you don't even ask, you just overflow. You just flow with it. You just do the good. I always tell people, The moment you have a question, why should I do puja? Don't do. Because it is not done for some purpose. It is done out of overflowing. I don't know how to express my being the master. So at least doing the small thing I will express. Doing the small thing I will express. So you pour water, whatever you get, you pour it on that. Whatever you get, you put it at the feet of the master. It's like you throw things. I don't know what I can give. At least, please have this. You throw water, you throw flower, you throw everything. That is what? The Guru Puja. Guru Puja is like a big cyclone has happened in you. You don't know what to do. And you are just exploding. Guru Puja is an explosion. If you are not exploding, don't do Guru Puja. I always tell people, you should be just exploding. You are just exploding every moment. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to express. So you express itself in the form of Guru Puja. Your very explosion is Guru Puja. Nothing else is Guru Puja. Nothing else is gratitude. Your very explosion is gratitude. Actually, the Guru Puja results have come. Whoever is exploding, see, be very clear. If something less than explosion, you will not be able to do Guru Puja. See, usually they ask me, Swamiji, you should tell people to do Guru Puja. I said, no. I will only filter. You can do, you should not do. I will not ask people to do Guru Puja. If they want to do, I tell no, you are not qualified to do. Go and do. I will not I will only discourage people. I will not encourage people to do it. Set a whole Guru Puja set. If you are really exploding, then you are qualified to do Guru Puja. You see, your being should be constantly exploding. You should become a nuclear bomb. Constantly you should be new and clear. Constantly you should be new and clear. That is the, if you are a nuclear bomb, then you are qualified to do Guru Puja. That's all. Then you are qualified to do Guru Puja. I tell you one thing. Honestly, Master's body is my body. My body is just like an atomic station. Constant explosion is going on. Constantly the explosion is going on. And it is just an atomic station. I always tell people to take care of me. To take care of me, my food and my stay, all those things. My crew members, I always tell them. Constant explosion, that is why there is a standard instruction for them. Once I close my eyes, they should not touch me. Once I close my eyes, they cannot come near me. Because what's going on inside, I don't know. Only when my eyes are open, they can relate with me. And these days, if they touch without, when my eyes are closed, they have a good shock. And shout and run. It's a constant explosion. Constantly, it's like an atomic power station. So let it be very clear. If you also become atomic power station, then you can do Guru Puja. Otherwise, you are not allowed to do Guru Puja. You are not qualified to do Guru Puja. Don't do Guru Puja without explosion. Then it's ugly. I don't want your Guru Puja. Who cares for the Guru Puja? Be very clear. If you are exploding and don't know what's going on inside, what's going on outside, then do Guru Puja. That's what that mantra means. Hridbadma asanam dadya. My heart is the asana for you. Hridbadma means heart lotus. That is the seat for you. Oh Master, please sit. That's for you. Sahasra achyutam mritaihi bhagyam saranayo dadya. When you are liberated, see, yesterday, if you are really caught up, whatever I said, your whole head will just feel so sweet. And the whole touch will feel so sweet, so nice. Your whole body is just in ecstasy. That ecstasy, that joy is amrita, which is water to wash the feet. That water they offer is that joy, the explosion. When the explosion is going on, what joy happens to me? That is amrita to wash the feet. Hridvatmam asanam dadyat sahasrar achyudamrutaihi vadyam saranayo dadyat manastu agyam nivedayet. See, manastu in Sanskrit is stu means which is dead. The mind which is dead already in me, that I offer as a flower. Not the mind which is active. Not manaha agyam. Manastu agyam. Maybe you know Sanskrit. Little bit, then you can understand the samasas and sandhis. Manastu agyam means what? Which is already gone, unplugged. Unplugged, which is not there. That is argya, flower for you. Argya means flower. Manastu agyam nivedayet. Not the living mind, not manaha agyam. Manastu agyam. Then tena amrutena achamaniyam. The explosion, that joy is the achamaniyam. Water to wash your mouth. Tena amrutena achamaniyam snaniyam tena jasmradam. That explosion, that joy we are pouring as a bathing water for you. Snaniyam tena jasmradam. Akashavatmam vastram syat. Boundarylessness which I am feeling is the clothes for you. That boundarylessness which I am feeling, that only I offer as a clothes for you. Akashavatmam vastram syat. Gandhasya gandhatattvam. This whole planet Earth, I just take it and keep it as a sandal for you. Apply sandal on you. Gandhasya gandhatattvam. Chittam kadalpaye pushpam. The chittam means the whole weather is everything I am offering as a flower. Take it. Everything is flower on you. This is the way the puja is. Guru puja. The starting of the Guru puja, you are reciting this mantra only. Manasa puja mantra means it is not actually puja. You are just exploding. You are just telling me, I am exploding, I am exploding, I am exploding. I offer it to you. Over. If you are exploding, then tomorrow I will start Guru puja. Actually, when it explodes in you, your very presence is Guru puja. Your very presence is Guru puja. Be very clear. You will just absent when I am present. If you are present in my presence, you are arrogant. You being here, present in my presence itself is arrogant. If you are absent in my presence, then you are doing Guru puja. Namaha means what? I am not. I am not. Namaha. I am not. If you are not there, then it is Guru puja. If you are there, whatever you pour, it is only your ego. It's not Guru puja. During the meditation, there is continuous movement over the skies and deeps. Sometimes there is a feeling of moving up in a giant mirror. You are in roller coaster. What do you think you are? Why do you think I made such a big hall? But the visualization of the body lying on the ground is not possible. The low back pain and knee pain pulls down. Be very clear. If the pain is there, then you are again connecting and seeing. Why do you connect and see? Don't stop connecting and seeing. To disconnect from the pain is a disturbing effort. No. Why do you want to disconnect? Just see. You are connecting and seeing because of the having pain. Say this because of your connecting and seeing, you are having pain. You don't even have to disconnect. Just know you are connecting and seeing. That's why pain exists. Effort gained from the pain we made or not, we should ignore it totally. Just make that. Understand you are connecting. Then automatically it will come. You don't have to even make the effort. Now, the important thing, next thing, where you feel you are stuck, where you think you are not able to understand, this is connected, the whole thing is connected, connection. Or where you think you are afraid to let go, understand. No, if I understand, if I accept this truth, then this will go away from me. This may go away from me. Sometimes you think, all my properties may leave me. Because I am unconnected, I will not take care of the property. Something will happen to something, something will happen to something. Somebody may take away my company, somebody may take away my business. You may have some fear. If you have a fear, put that as a question. Where you have fear to experience this truth and live it. From today you you have to lay. What you think as a hindrance, put it in writing and give me. Put your questions. Sit. What all you think as hindrances are fears. You are not able to let go. If you have no fear, nothing, everything is beautiful, then just be in the ecstasy, don't bother. Let the explosion happen in you. Don't even have the word explosion. It should be happening. You should not be having the word. Then again you have one more thing and create a problem. Even if you feel that it's happening at some time, it's not happening another time, all those things put it as a question. Whatever doubt you have, or problem you have, fear you have, worry you have, bring it so that